the situation there, sir. And after taking over as the Chief of Army Staff, this is your third visit to the Union Territory. And sir, in the past days, we have witnessed an increase in frequency of ceasefire violations along the line of control, in which civilian areas have also been have been hit very badly by Pakistan Army. How do you see the situation there, sir?
Well, before I answer your question, I would like to say that I'm very happy to be here in the forward areas. It is always good to come and listen firsthand to the various accounts and to hear the briefings of our commanders and the men. And it gives me great pleasure to be here. And the morale of our men is very high in spite of these trying conditions, in spite of the lockdown and the inability to go on leave. In spite of all these things, the morale is very high. They're doing an excellent job, and I would like to take this occasion and opportunity to compliment everyone for the excellent job that they're doing, not only in J&K, but also along our western and northern borders and in the northeast. As far as the situation is concerned along the LC, as you're aware, earlier this month we had an infiltration attempt which was successfully foiled, and we were able to kill all 5 terrorists who were attempting to infiltrate. Unfortunately, we also lost 1 JCO and 4 very gallant boys, but we have definitely been able to foil this infiltration attempt. This attempt was being made under very difficult conditions with snowfall, and the area from which they came, it would not have been possible without the active support and collusion of the Pakistani army, and they continue with these designs to foment trouble in our country. It is very unfortunate that at a time when the whole world and India is fighting this menace of this pandemic, that our neighbor continues to try to foment trouble, while we are busy not only helping our own citizens, but the rest of the world by sending out medical teams and even exporting medicines. On the other hand, Pakistan is only exporting terror, which does not augur well, and the responsibility for maintaining peace, the onus is on Pakistan.
Sir, now the summer is approaching. The snow would be melting soon, though it's been the higher reaches have been receiving snowfall. But what will be your strategy to counter infiltration along the line of control? And do you envisage any additional challenges this year, sir?
Well, as you rightly said, the summer is coming. The snows will melt, the passes will open, infiltration attempts would increase, and along with the infiltration attempts, the attempts of terrorists to foment trouble in the hinterland would also see some rise. We are constantly monitoring the situation. The commanders on the ground are taking note of all developments on the other side of the LC, and also various intelligence inputs that we are getting, and we are formulating a summer strategy based on that. The strategy we adopt is not in isolation, it is in total coordination and in sync with the other police forces and CAPFs which are operating in the Union Territory, also with the cooperation of the civil administration, and last but not the least, with the active cooperation of the local populace who have been most forthcoming in helping us maintain peace and tranquility.
Sir, post the abrogation of Article 370, what is your reading of this situation in the hinterland in the Union Territory, and what, according to you, would be the strategy to move ahead?
As I mentioned earlier also, post-abrogation of the Article 370, the violence levels have come down drastically. And I say this not only in a subjective manner, but based on very objective figures that we have of various parameters of violence, whether it is stone pelting, whether it is terrorist initiated incidents, all these have seen a drastic drop. Concurrently, all the other parameters of normalcy, that is the movement, the attendance by government officials in their offices, the attendance in schools, the volume of trade, all these which had taken a small dip post 5th August had all come back to near normal levels, almost 100% normal levels. But of course, now because of this lockdown, it has again seen a downtrend. But the fact remains that pre-lockdown, all these parameters had come back to normal.
Sir, coming to COVID-19 operation, sir, how is the army modified its operational procedures and providing assistance to the civil authorities in fighting the pandemic, sir? And that too at a time when you have had a very few number of cases in the force itself.
Now, we as an army had always been seized of this problem that we cannot afford for ourselves to be affected by this pandemic, and accordingly we had taken very proactive actions right from the middle of February itself. We had one case, the first case that we had was there in Ladakh, UT. I'm happy to say that after his treatment and his stay in the hospital, he's been tested thrice and he's totally now coronavirus free, and he's in fact rejoined duty. Based on this, we have been passing a number of instructions and advisories to all our commands to take suitable precautions and to preserve the integrity of our force. And we have been quite successful to that extent. And so far, we have only had 8 positive cases, out of whom 2 are doctors and 1 are nursing assistant. So they are medical personnel who were actively involved in the battle against the COVID. And other 5, 1 I already mentioned, who has already been discharged, and 4 who are responding well to treatment. So this is a very small number compared to the entire strength of the Indian Army. Apart from that, we have put into place various procedures to ensure that we are able to now get our men back who were on courses of instruction or on leave, to get them back to rejoin their units. We have a system of green, yellow, and red. Green, people who are not in, who were in garrisons all along and who have not come in contact with any COVID-infected person. So all these green personnel are now being moved back to the units. In fact, we have already catered for 2 special trains, one to come from Bangalore to Jammu and another from Bangalore to Guwahati. And the first of this, that is the one from Bangalore to Jammu, has started today at 1000 hours from Bangalore. So this is how the cycle has been put into place. And once this movement is completed, we will start getting our men back who are presently on leave. They will be asked to report to the nearest unit or formation close to their leave station in a staggered manner. They will also undergo the mandatory 14 days quarantine before they are declared green. And once that happens, then again through this medium of special trains, they will be brought back through a special train which is itself been sanitized and green to the unit locations which are also green. So the entire channel will be a green channel. And once this is
Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Naravne exposing the nefarious designs of Pakistan, that too at a time when the entire world has come together to fight COVID-19. Pakistan is busy pushing terror and is not even being able to save its own people. We continue to get you more voices on this story. For the moment, we slip into a short commercial break.